Good morning, everyone. It's November the 28th, 2018. It's 8 a.m. Leaving for work. Yes, I am leaving for work on this wet, flurry day. Yeah, it's snowing, wet snow. Some people say, well, of course snow is wet. Well, usually snow are crystallized particulate of ice that tend to stay at ambient temperature and conglomerate to turn into that white shit we call snow. And when I say wet snow, I mean snow that sticks. You know, it just sticks to everything and then conglomerate on a vertical surface like it's a freaking Spider-Man. As a Canadian, I should be very fun and always happy when I see snow, but actually I'm not Canadian, I'm Quebecer, which is somewhat similar but with more pride. Wet snow just like makes it hard when you're driving. It tends to create these little traps of ice on the road where you think it's just like a little patch and it ends up being like a big slippery surfaces. And then when you drive under it, your car just swerves and slings one side to the others. Glorious winter. Yesterday night, I was watching a YouTube video I posted on Tumblr. And it's a video talking about my precious Prime Minister. How he wants to destroy Canada. This Prime asshole says that we don't have enough culture, we don't know what the Canadian culture is, that we should relinquish our ways of being to another religion or another culture. He say we should bring in more of that culture that creates havoc all over the world and like let it rule us. Freaking globalist. I would strangle him with my own hand. Fuck. It's the same thing in America, you know. The Democrats and the libtards and all these guys, their only goal they want is to like, oh, let's make things equal for everybody. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It's not how things work. That Cortez girl there, she's even more stupid than I ever expected. And sometimes I wonder, is she an actress or she's really that dumb? Is there like a point of her stupidity, or it's just like she's really, really stupid? You know, this is one big problem with our world today, is that stupidity is still rampant. Nobody fixed stupid. Along the way, somebody forgot to fix stupid, and they procreated and they make more stupid, and then it becomes like half a country full of stupid. So, is there a cure for stupid? Ooh, usually stupid tend to kill themselves throughout stupid accident. But, you know, do feel offense if you qualify yourself as stupid. Yeah, get really, really offended. That's just show how much stupid you are. But, no, seriously, if you value freedom and your country, and you like the way you can eat bacon in the morning and get out of bed without praying, and you don't have to worship a God that you don't believe in, and all these kinds of things, well, you should pick up your gun and right now march to the US-Mexico border and defend your country from an invading mob of other people who wants to take things from you. You know, basically, they want to take things from you. That's how it was in the medieval times. A group of citizen or people, whatever, they ran out of stuff in their own region. Now they're gonna march to another region and take their stuff. So basically, this is what's happening. You got these thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are most of the part Muslim and criminals, and they're marching toward the US, and they're gonna take everything from you. And your people in power are going to give them everything they want, you know, instead of turning them away and say like, no, you have no business doing here, you know. And I don't care if you have women, men, and children. No, sorry. Go back home. Go back home, build your own country, work hard to make it work. Don't come and steal our things. And for me, it's the same thing here in Quebec and Canada. I don't want to see immigrant coming here and taking stuff from me. My hard-earned money, my taxes that I pay on my pay every week, I don't want them taking that and do nothing at home and be a criminal in my country. You know, if I have more power and things would be from a different time, I could actually take a baseball bat and actually go and hunt these people and kick them out of my country. Say, if you're coming here, you're gonna come here to contribute. You're gonna come here to be a good, honest citizen, build a nice family, work hard like everybody else, earn a living and contribute. Not impose your belief, your religion belief, and be offended by my ways and my religion belief and how my culture is. That's how my culture is. It's my country. Same thing for you, US guy. It's your country. You have the right to believe in God. You should have the right to have a church wherever you want, your own church. You should have the right to have a cross wherever you want, statues of whoever you want, and don't let other people say like, oh, this is offending me. What the fuck do I give a shit about you're offended or not? Seriously. Like, when did being offended become breaking the law? Seriously. Back in my days, if you were offended, swallow it up and be a man. Grow some balls. And if you're a woman, the same thing. Grow 2 balls. Seriously. It's incredible. It's not... Don't take this as saying like, oh, you're not compassionate towards other people suffering. No! It's invasion. Open your eyes. And your government, except like I'm not telling Trump, but your government, the people in powers, they've been there for ages, making millions on your back, laughing at you, laughing all the way to the bank, and they're stealing money. They're stealing money from you for wasting taxpayers' money and not doing anything concrete, and they want to destroy the country from inside out. This has always amazed me how the Clintons are still free and Obama is still free. You know why they're still free? Because they own the CIA. That's why they're still free. This is why Trump can't do anything. They told Trump literally, like, if you threat us, we will get your family killed, and there's nothing you can do about it, even though you're the president of the United States. And Trump, if one thing that Trump loves above everything is his own family. As much egocentric and self-centered as he look, this guy has a real heart. And unfortunately, he's part of the crew, but he's not part of the same crew. He has to obey certain rules, unfortunately for him. If it was the good old days and he could just do what he wants, oh my God, they would do the same thing to him as they did to JFK. JFK was on the way to change things and make things better and change the system. They shot his ass. Same thing here. Nobody's gonna stand in the way of Trudeau and tell him that, oh, you shouldn't give like hundreds of millions of dollars to the Middle East and all these things. This guy's a 2-time facing Joker face. He's giving money to the Jews and he's giving money to the Muslims. Seriously, what the fuck? Shouldn't he be caring about his own people here? The native Indian who are suffering from malnutrition and starving and in their own reserve? Shouldn't he be like controlling like the people who control the money and reserves? And the people like that are not working here in Canada shouldn't be like the main concern? Same thing for you guys in the United States. Shouldn't be like shouldn't the system be caring more about the well-being of their own people and their own country? This is the government. The government doesn't give a shit about its people. RTC is sheep and useless eater that are there to be productive and bring income tax and tax every day. And taxation is thief. For me, I'm a passionate person about nationalism and patriotism. I love America because America is a great country, and everybody there, I would say for the most part, a good 3/5 of the people, they're working their ass off to make their country something successful. And while the 2/5 are hugging their ass at home, doing nothing, playing video games, and wasting taxpayer money, while they could be somewhere else being productive and earning money. Nope. Under the guise of depression, excuses, and other stuff like this, and the doctor is making it easy as an excuse and say like, oh, my poor boo-boo, you're suffering from depression, here's some pill, get off work, be on the social system. Instead of saying like, giving them proper counseling and letting them keeping work. I haven't spoke English in such a while now. I'm losing my English. No, seriously, as grim as this sounds, the thing is, we're more on the verge now of problems, unconsiderable problems than before, and people are more. They're hiding their head more in the ostrich hole than any other times. It's like the more we show, like us, like truth tellers, the more we tell people, the deeper they sink their head, or the deeper they sink their finger in their ears and go la 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 la. You cannot ignore the problems, or you're gonna ignore it until it comes to your door and say like, "Hala, you have to convert, or you're gonna kill you." That's how it's gonna work. And people don't believe me, you know, when I told them that this is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be soon. There's gonna be another flow of immigrants here in Canada that are gonna be more Muslim. And one thing that's a bad habit with Muslim is that when there are short numbers, they're all respectable citizens. But the moment their number grows, their bad habit shows up. Their evil faces shows up. Who they really are shows up. And when they're more in power, they want to change things their way. Unfortunately, if we can fix that right now and chase the invader, that would solve the problems. So some people will say like, oh, you're delusional, Francois, you don't know what you're talking about. Nothing like this happening. Well, that's what a sheep would say. That's what a brainwashed zombie would say. Because he's not following the information. He's not analyzing the problem. He's not seeing the big pictures when the news are telling it. Because the news tells the lies towards the truth. They will tell a lie, which is a distorted vision of the truth. But when you understand the distorted vision of the truth, you see the actual messages. And on the internet, you got thousands of us out there that are spending their every day, their free days, their free times. They're not going to work. They're not finding a job. Their job is to give you the information, give you the truth. That's what their job is. They sacrifice a career to be on YouTubes and give you the information. Yes, they're making good money. It's impressively good money. Good for them. But they're sacrificing their liberty and their freedom, and they're risking their lives to bring you the truth. I don't know if most of you guys know what a POI is. POI means person of interest. And a person of interest is on the FBI and CIA list. And they're being constantly tracked. Tracked every day, every one of their movement, everything they say. Until one day that they start to put things in action, and then they will let them do their action and then make them seem like a monster. When actually that person was trying to save their country. Or the opposite around, when people are being brainwashed because they want to belong to a group so much that they join the Islamic community. I saw 5 purebred Quebecers fall for that. They fall for the Muslim religion, and they went on a rampage and killed multiple people. Mostly they went out on a military base 2 times. They went out on a political the parliament 2 times, and one of them just went on a mall and killed people here in Quebec. Not on a mall, I mean on a mosque. Yeah, actually one of them was going to kill Muslim. He had a gun and he went in church and he started killing Muslim. But they knew of him, they knew what he was doing, and they let him do it. Why? Because they wanted to turn this event into a monster, and they want to make the Muslim people victimized. Unfortunately for him, his word didn't went far enough, and he was a lone gunman. But the day that in the United States they have militia, that's what That's one thing I like about the United States is they have tons and tons of militia. And unfortunately, very often in these militia, they have insiders, moles, that they don't know that they're there. And sometimes when they want to do something, they're stopped in their track. And it's never on the news. This never goes on the news when the militia start to move and say, we're going to do this, we'll do that. For me here, if I were to start going from one city to the others and having a town meetings and explaining what's to come and what's going to happen, oh man, you would see Montreal and the parliament being overflown with millions of people across Quebec. Everybody across Quebec would start to move. But the moment I would start doing this, I wouldn't have the time to do one or two. I would get killed. They wouldn't let me do that. Never in a million years. And worst of all is like nobody would believe me because they're so brainwashed. They've been conditioned so well and they've been brainwashed so well that they wouldn't believe me of what's coming and what's going to happen. I did an experiment. I went on my Facebook page, and I started doing French video, and I wanted to see if my video would have an impact and if people would start thinking, and it didn't. And then I started focusing my energy, my attention towards trying to wake them up and says, if I can actually wake up my family and make them see the big pictures, and then they're going to start talking about it, then they will do something about it. But they won't. That's how well brainwashed and well trained and dumbed down people are. And first of all, my mom is, the moment they would walk to the door and ask to do something, she would just lay her hands down and say like, okay, I don't have a choice. Okay, I don't have a choice. She wouldn't fight. My God, seriously, I wouldn't fight to my death before somebody tried to convert me. Never. And this system, the thing is, you have two groups of police officers who enforce the law. You have the one who is for the citizen and will try his best to take the citizen's point of view, while the other one is brainwashed and became violent and will take the utmost measure to stop something, up to the point of killing someone. I saw it 2 times here in Quebec. The event, I don't know what you call that event, but I know that the police officer shot the guy in the head just to make sure that he wouldn't talk. And at a manifestation, they beat someone and they took him away, never to be seen again. And it's 3 years now and they're still looking for that person. So, you know, scaring the people and doing manifestation and stuff like this, yeah, it works to a point. Scare them to death. Anyway, I don't believe that this video is going to make any difference, or people's going to reblog it or show it to other people's and try to open people's mind, because, you know, on Tumblr is the greatest escapism. For me, when I'm on Tumblr, I just stop the day there and spend the entire day on Tumblr and listening to YouTubes and do nothing. Waste my entire day. Well, that's what it was created for. Anyway, good luck with your life.